What's good, y'all? We out. We in the belly of the mother. We in the belly of the beast. I wanted to make a video today, and I feel like this video is going to touch a lot of people's hearts. But I could never hold a job down. I am age 32. I could be way further ahead of my life. But I chose not to. And at the same time, I made mistakes. I made terrible mistakes. And I possibly will never get to achieve the life that I visioned in my mind. But yeah, I could never hold a job down, man. Like the longest that I would have a job would be for like at most 7 months. Past that 7 month mark, I either I would mainly quit. I wouldn't give these companies no 2-week notice, none of that. I would just quit. And sometimes I did get fired. But reason why I never been able to hold a job down, especially for my age, is because these companies they don't know how to treat their employees, and I feel like that's a big reason for me not being able to hold a job down. You're not gonna talk to me any kind of way, and I've cussed out powerful people. I've cussed them out because I was disrespected. I was treated like a number instead of a person with a spirit and a soul and a heart and feelings. And don't get me started on politics, because I feel like that's another reason why I never been able to hold a job down, was because of politics. When I go to work, I'm not there to kiss any ass, and I'm not really there to make any friends, because my pops told me, these are your friends. The muchos, the gracias, the green is your friends, and not people. And I feel like when we're young, we don't know the difference until we get much older. But politics is a big reason why I never been able to hold a job down. And I feel like jobs are way too demanding. They don't pay you enough, and that's why I don't believe in hard work, because success is not rewarded to you, it's given to you. And I know some people's gonna disagree with that, but you probably work for your success, and you were probably one of the few people in this world that was able to achieve success through hard work. But that's not a lot of people's reality, because you really got people, or rather shall I say beings, that they don't want you to get ahead. They don't want you to get ahead. And this is not um a person that's schizophrenic. This is real shit, you know. I've experienced it, and I've seen it, you know. But yeah, people, you know. But that's another video for another day. But yeah, man, if you're young, if you're like in your mid-20s and you still stay at home with your parents, and I tell people, like, nothing is wrong with that. You know, the American culture has the expectations are too high. They put these expectations too high on these kids, and on the younger adults. They put too much expectations, and then when you don't, when you don't fulfill those expectations, then you're deemed as a failure. You're deemed as a loser. And I don't, I really don't believe in anybody being a loser. I believe in people making bad decisions, but I really don't believe in losers. You know what I'm saying? Because success success comes from within. That is something. Like, like we all want a ball. You know what I'm saying? We all, we all want to be the top dog. But nobody wants to be the person that works up under the top dog. And I'm just trying to say that nothing is wrong with that, man. I work a minimum wage job, and the thing is, like, I don't want a higher position in the corporate ladder. Why? Because stress. Do you know stress comes with success? So when I hear people say chase success, they're not talking from within. They're talking external success, and they don't tell you that being on top, being success, it comes with a lot of stress, man. And I really live a stress free life. It's a lot of things that I'm probably not gonna have being in the punk ass, you know what I'm saying? This punk ass financial a financial bracket, because I don't live by the punk ass beast system rules. I go by my own rules, and I go by my own standards of living, and that's why I'm able to live an abundance lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't have the material wealth, or I don't have that going for myself, but it's my vibrations, it's my frequencies. You know what I'm saying? It's the inner me that's successful. So yeah, I never been able to hold a job down. The job that I'm currently working, it's probably been the only job that I've had the longest out of any job. And the thing is, when you're young, you're not gonna really stay at a job that long, because You got to remember back then when our parents were our age and our grandparents were our age. They were staying at a job 40 to 50 years. It's not like that in today's age. You know, it's just not like that because it's no job security. So yeah, I was never able to hold a job down. Um, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad about not being able to hold a job down.